math quiz. Today we bring you the second of our quarterfinals. The contest is between St. Augustine's College and Presbyterian Boys Secondary School. Before we meet our contestants, let's take a word from our sponsors.
As I start my day, I know they are counting on me. I am a truck driver for the Ghana Education Trust Fund. My job is to supply books to schools across the country. Whenever I see the school kids, my mind goes back to my school days. I too had hopes and dreams that sadly never came to pass. I made a firm promise to myself that if I couldn't chase my dreams, I would make sure that others could. Seeing these happy kids simply warms my heart. It's happening every day, and I'm proud to be part of Get Fund. Get Fund. We invest in tomorrow's leaders.
Welcome back, viewers. This second of our quarterfinals is between St. Augustine's College and Presbyterian Boys Secondary School. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School is on my right and is represented by
Willan Rabero, SS3.
Timothy Coating, Form 3.
Kofi Sefa, SS3.
You are welcome, gentlemen. On my left, we have St. Augustine's College, represented by
Akasa Solomon Amamzulu, SS3.
Ama Alexander Ni IT, SS3.
Champon Felix, SS3.
You are also welcome. Let's begin the contest, round 1. And we'll start on my left with St. Augustine's College. Evaluate in base 8. 125 base 8 plus 256 base 8. Yes, Felix.
401 base 8.
Try again. Yes, Solomon.
403 base 8.
That's correct. Your question, Presbyterian boys. Evaluate in base 9. 726 base 9 minus 347 base 9. Yes, Roland.
368 base 9.
That's correct. St. Augustine's. In wave motion, what is meant by a ray? Yes, Solomon.
A ray, in wave motion, a ray is the direction or path taken by light.
I'll accept that. Presbyterian boys, what is a wave front? Yes, Ifa.
Wavefront is a graphical representation of wave displacement against time.
Try again.
A wavefront is a line that is joined to drawn to join all the points in a wave which have traveled at the same distance within the same period of time.
Which are vibrating in phase.
And that are vibrating in phase.
I'll give you the math.
So that are vibrating in phase.
St. Augustine's. If by doubling the concentration of a reactant, the rate remains the same, what is the order of the reaction with respect to that reagent? Yes, Felix.
A zero-order reaction.
That's correct. What is the relationship between the equilibrium constants Kp and Kc? One attempt only, please. Yes, Timothy.
K Kp is equal to Kc times Rt all raised to the power change in N, where change in N is the difference in the moles of gaseous species on the product side from that on the reactant side.
That's correct. St. Augustine's. The weight of animals in the order Artiodactyla is supported by only 2 digits. Name them, and one attempt only, please. Yes, Solomon.
The fore and hind hooves.
The fore and the hind hooves.
For a bonus. Yes, Sefa.
The 3rd and the 4th digits.
That's correct. Your own question. Complete the following statement. One attempt only. The weight of a horse is supported by the dash digit. Yes, Roland.
The 3rd digit.
That's correct. To both schools, identify the locus. And now we start with St. Augustine's. The locus of points which are 4 centimeters from a straight line in a plane. One attempt only. Yes, Alex.
Power lines.
More specific.
So if the line is y is equal to mx plus c, then the local...
Power lines or power planes.
2 out of 3. It's a pair of parallel lines 8 centimeters apart. Okay, so 2 of them, pair, not any parallel lines. All right. The locus of points in space which are equidistant from a fixed point in space. One attempt. Yes, Timothy.
It's a sphere.
Yes, it's a sphere. You are going to fill in the blanks. One attempt to both schools. And we start with you, St. Augustine's. When all the points on a surface are at the same potential, that surface is known as a or an dash surface. Yes, Felix.
An equipotential surface.
That's correct. One volt corresponds to 1 dash per coulomb. Yes, Timothy.
1 joule per coulomb.
That's correct. Which is more acidic? A hydrogen bonded to sp3 carbon or one bonded to an sp carbon? Only one attempt, please. Yes, Solomon.
Hydrogen bonded to an sp carbon.
That's correct. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School. How could you determine experimentally if the compound C7H14 is an alkene or cycloalkane? Yes, Timothy.
If the compound is an alkene, it will decolorize a solution of bromine water in tetrachloromethane. But then if it's a cycloalkane, it will not decolorize the solution.
That's correct. The last pair of questions for the round. In birds, the males are the homogametic sex. What does this mean? Yes, Solomon.
It means that the cells of the male contain the XX chromosomes. That is, their sex cells are similar.
That's the last pair of genes. That's the last pair of genes on the chromosomes are XX chromosomes. That's of the same kind.
Okay, I will take that. They are of the same kind. That's the main reason. Presbyterian boys. Some mutations are referred to as somatic mutations. What does this mean? Yes, Timothy.
This means that these are alterations in the genes or chromosomes that occur in body cells or cells that do not undergo meiosis. But then they are not somatic when they occur in cells that undergo meiosis.
It's enough. With that, we come to the end of round 1.
As a little girl, my dream was to become a doctor. I always wanted to help the sick. Now I'm in the dental school together with others who had similar dreams. The support from the Ghana Education Trust Fund has made things a lot better. Their support has helped provide new equipment, teaching aids, improved facilities, and our student loan. We're studying hard, and we know that we can continue to count on support from Get Fund to turn our dreams into reality.
At the end of the first round, here are our scores. St. Augustine's College has 20 points. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School has 25 points. We still have a long way to go. So let's begin round 2. Round 2 is our round for applied science. This is our chance to find out how well you apply those concepts you learn in class to everyday situations. Let's begin, this time on my right with Presbyterian Boys Secondary School. How is the light stage of photosynthesis related to the dark stage? Yes, Roland.
It produces ATP and NADH, which is used in the dark stage.
All right, I'll give you the number. St. Augustine's, what are the exact roles of sunlight in photosynthesis? Yes, Solomon.
Sunlight are supposed to charge chlorophyll molecules and give the electrons more energy so that when they pass through a cytochrome stem, energy can be extracted to use to synthesize ATP. And they're also responsible for the photolysis of water. Then sunlight is also used for the photolysis of water to produce hydrogen and oxygen molecules.
That's correct. Any fuel with high octane rating may also be described as one with low anti-knocking property. Why? Yes, Timothy.
A fuel which has a high octane rating is one which has a lot, whose constituent molecules have a lot of branching. And it is described as an anti-knocking agent because one which has low anti-knocking properties because knocking occurs when fuels contain a lot of straight chains hydrocarbons and as such burn explosively, ensuring that the piston hits the engine, producing the knocking effect.
I'll give you the math. St. Augustine's, how different is tetramethyl lead from normal organic compounds? Yes, Solomon.
Tetramethyl lead is an anti-knock agent. Now it increases the branches in petrol so that when the petrol combusts, we don't have a lot of knocking in the engine. But other organic compounds are not anti-knocking agents, and they have the tendency to increase knocking in engines.
Try again.
Also, the tetramethyl lead contains more branching, and for petrol,
You have a lead attached to the methyl group. Now this,
You've had your chances for a bonus, please. Timothy.
Tetramethyl lead is an organometallic compound. That is, it has a hydrocarbon part or an organic part and a metallic part.
That's correct. Your own question. Why can you see a very high-flying jet with contrails, that is condensation of vapor trails, and not hear it? Yes, Sefa.
Control because light can travel that distance, but sound is not able to travel. The sound effect of those controls is not able to travel that distance to the observer.
Timothy, no, you've
one.
been bailed out for a bonus. Yes,
Now,
Alex.
Now, the relative motion of the production of the contrails compared to that of the compared to the motion of the wind blowing prevents the sound from the contrails from reaching the observer.
No, that's incorrect. The vapor trails tend to absorb much of the sound energy, leaving less sound to be transmitted through the air for us to hear. Okay? Now, your question. If a sound source and an observer are both moving at the same speed, can there be Doppler effect? Explain. Yes, Felix.
There can be Doppler effect. This is called Doppler effect is caused by the relative apparent change in motion between the observer and the source of sound. Then, as the sound and the source of sound and the person moves, there may be a relative change between them. As such, Doppler effect can occur.
Add something, Alex.
Now, when you compare the motion of
Change in pitch.
what do you call it, the source of sound. Now, the wavelength, the speed of the sound makes the wavelength constant.
The pitch of the sound may change. That will lead to a change in
I will
frequency.
give you 2 out of 3. Yes, there can be Doppler effect. And the reason is that I told you about speed, not velocity. So the two can be moving in opposite directions, in which case, yes, you can have relative motion and hence Doppler effect. Presbyterian boys, find an integer x such that 200 is less than 8x cubed is less than 240. Yes, Timothy.
X is 25.
Try again.
X is the cube root of 25.
Your last chance. Sefa.
The cube root of 25 is less than x, is less than the cube root of 30.
For a bonus.
3.
X is 3. Your own question. Find an integer x such that 800 is less than 8x cubed is less than 1,200. Yes, Solomon.
X is 4.
Try again. Yes, Alex.
X is 5.
X is 5. Presbyterian Boys Secondary. Give me 3 features of the small intestine that enhance its ability to absorb nutrients. Yes, Sefa.
First of all, the small intestine is highly vascularized. Secondly, it has a large surface area by the folding of the villi. And then thirdly, it has a thin wall for easy diffusion.
I'll give you the math. St. Augustine's. Give me 3 features of the mammalian red blood cell that enhance its ability to transport oxygen to all parts of the body. Yes, Solomon.
They are biconcave and as such have a large surface area for oxygen capacity. Now, they do not have a nucleus, which enables them to squeeze into the most tiny spaces. And also, they have hemoglobin, which enables them to bond to the oxygen and carry it.
It's your turn again, Presbyterian boys. What are the 2 most important raw materials for the manufacture of bleaching powder? Yes, Timothy.
Chlorine gas and sodium hydroxide.
Try again. 2 out of 3. was correct, but the other one is calcium hydroxide, slaked lime, not sodium hydroxide. Explain the principle of partition chromatography. Felix.
In partition chromatography, we are having two types of phases, the mobile phase and the stationary phase. Now you can use a cellulose paper with an aluminum oxide or silicon oxide. Now a drop of an ink is being put in the
Try, Alex, add something.
Now with the partition chromatography, it's a separation technique which is based on two phases. Now it is dependent on the relative absorption of
2 out of 3. It's based on the separation of a mixture between two immiscible solvents or liquids. All right, this is the part that was missing from your answer. One is mobile and one is stationary, that you mentioned. Presbyterian boys, why do positive charges speed up as they approach negative charges? Yes, Timothy.
This is because according to Coulomb's law, when there are two charges, there's an electrostatic force between the charges. And because one is positive and one is negative, the force is attractive. And because the positive charge has a mass, the force, according to F equals NE, results in an acceleration which speeds up.
Try again. Oh, you've been bailed out. For a bonus, yes, Felix.
There will be a potential gradient between the charges due to the fact that the positive charge lose potential energy and gain kinetic energy. That accelerates them to the negative charges.
Your own question. If we wanted to determine the sign of the charge on a charged body, which would be more useful and why? An uncharged electroscope or an electroscope with a known charge? Yes, Solomon.
We'll use an electroscope with a known charge. Why? Because if you use a charged body, and you know that it's a negative charge that is on it, if you use an electroscope with a known charge and assuming it's a positive charge, when you bring the negative charge on the positive charge, the deflection between the leaves decrease, which tells you that you can be able to determine the charge on the particle. Now, if you bring the charge on the particle to the positively charged electroscope, and we have the deflection increasing, which means that it's a positive charge that's on the charge.
Last pair of questions for the round. Presbyterian boys, the diagonal of one square and the side of a second square are both 10 centimeters long. Find the ratio of their sides. Yes, Timothy.
The ratio of the side of the first one to the second is 1:2.
That's correct. The diagonal of one square and the side of a second square are both 16 centimeters. Find the ratio of their areas. Yes, Alex.
with 2/2, or with 2:2.
Try again.
2:2.
Your last chance. For a bonus. Sefa.
1:2.
That's correct. This is the end of round 2.
The future lies in the hands of our children. Children today, leaders tomorrow. And education holds the key. Without the proper learning environment, these children may never reach their full potential. And it should not be that way.
It looks like what? The
That is where the Ghana Education Trust Fund steps in, so that these children can have access to basic facilities and enjoy the learning experience. Gradually, one by one, we are removing the barriers in the way of quality basic education. We will continue, so they too can continue. Get Fund. We invest in tomorrow's leaders.
At the end of the second round, our scores are St. Augustine's College, 38 points, Presbyterian Boys Secondary School, 41 points. We have a very close contest. Let's see what happens in round 3. Contestants, round 3 is our problem of the day. As you know, the problem of the day involves a little bit more work than what you've already seen. So you're going to be getting a little bit more time in which to solve it. So from the time I ask you to begin, you will have 3 minutes in which to present a response. Let's turn over our sheets and read the problem of the day. This is our problem of the day. Fill in the spaces numbered 1 to 10 in the table below. So the problem of the day is in tabular form. Contestants are to provide certain bits of information. So the table has organism, phylum, class, and order. First thing, provide the phylum for Polystomela. Provide the class for Brachymenium. Provide the order for praying mantis. Provide the order for zebra. Provide the class for Tubifex. Provide the phylum for jellyfish. Provide the class for barnacle. Provide the phylum for Chlamydomonas. Provide the order for grasscutter. And provide the class for onion. Good luck, contestants. You may begin.
As I start my day, I know they are counting on me. I am a truck driver for the Ghana Education Trust Fund. My job is to supply books to schools across the country. Whenever I see the school kids, my mind goes back to my school days. I too had hopes and dreams that sadly never came to pass. I made a firm promise to myself that if I couldn't chase my dreams, I would make sure that others could. Seeing these happy kids simply warms my heart. It's happening every day, and I'm proud to be part of Get Fund. Get Fund. We invest in tomorrow's leaders.
The contestants have provided their responses. Please send representatives to present these responses on the whiteboard. Allocate the points. Let's take a look at the ideal solution from our consultants. I'm going to read out the answers in the same order in which the questions were asked. 1. Rhizopoda. 2. Musky. 3. Orthoptera. 4. Perissodactyla. 5. Oligochaeta. 6. Cnidaria. 7. Crustacea. 8. Chlorophyta. 9. Rodentia. 10. Monocotyledonii. Let's see how our contestants did. Each of these is worth 1 point. St. Augustine's got 3 and 5 wrong, and so they wind up with 8 points. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School got 3 wrong, and so they have 9 points. This is the end of the problem of the day. We are about to begin round 4. In this round, most questions require calculations. So you have 30 seconds in which to present your response. For questions that do not involve calculations, you'll still have your 15 seconds. Let's begin. And we'll start on my left with St. Augustine's College. Your question. An object is placed between 2 plane mirrors, inclined at an angle of 20 degrees to each other. How many images are formed?
17.
Felix?
17 images.
17 images. Images are formed when an object is placed between 2 plane mirrors inclined at an angle of theta to each other. What is the value of theta in degrees? Yes, Timothy?
22.5 degrees.
22.5 degrees. Aluminium dissolves in hot concentrated H2SO4 to give the tetraoxosulfate 6 salt, water, and sulfur 4 oxide. Write a balanced equation for the reaction. Yes, Solomon?
We have 2H2SO4 plus 2Al going into Al2SO4 plus 2H2O plus SO2.
Try again. Yes, Felix?
Have 2Al plus 4H2SO4 going into Al2 into bracket SO4 all 3 plus 4H2O plus SO2.
Last chance.
We have 2Al.
For a bonus.
We have 2Al,
Timothy.
2Al plus 6H2SO4 going to Al2 into bracket SO43 plus 6H2O plus 3SO2.
That's correct. Your question. Aluminium dissolves in sodium hydroxide solution, evolving hydrogen and forming sodium aluminate NaAlOH4. Write a balanced equation for the reaction. Yes, Sifa?
Al plus NaOH plus 4H2 going to NaAlOH4 plus 2H minus.
For a bonus.
You have,
Yes, Alex?
you have 4Al plus 16NaOH going into H2 plus 4NaL into bracket OH starts with 4.
That's incorrect. The correct answer is 2Al plus 2NaOH plus 6H2O going to 2NaAlOH4 plus 3H2. Your own question. Under a translation, the point A, coordinates 2, 4, maps onto the point A prime, 4, 2. Find the image of the point B, coordinates 5, 4, under the same translation. Yes, Solomon?
7, 2.
7, 2 is correct. Presbyterian boys, under a translation, the point coordinates 3, negative 2, maps onto the point negative 1, 2. Find the coordinates of the point which is mapped onto the point 0, 0 under the same translation. Yes, Ifa.
4 minus 4.
That's correct. What is the most distinguishing feature of the order of insects commonly referred to as bugs? Yes, Alex.
They have rostrum. They have a rostrum which is used to bore into grains.
That's correct. What is the major difference between the spores produced by organisms in the phylum Oomycota and those produced by organisms in the phylum Zygomycota? Yes, Sefa.
Oomycota is non-septate, and Zygomycota. Oomycota is septate, and Zygomycota is non-septate.
Meaning?
Meaning that the spores.
I'm passing it on. Yes, Solomon.
The spores of Oomycota are biflagellate. That is, they have flagella, but the spores of Zygomycota have no
That's
flagella.
true. Your own question. The secondary coil of a step-up transformer has 4,200 turns. The voltage in the secondary is twice that in the primary. If 3 meters of coil are needed for 1 turn, what is the minimum length of coil needed for the primary? Yes, Felix.
6 meters. 6 meters.
Yes, Solomon.
1.5 meters.
Your last chance. Yes, Felix.
12 meters.
No, I'm passing it on for a bonus. Yes, Roland.
6,300 meters.
That's correct. Your own question. The coil of a certain transformer requires 3 meters of coil per turn. If the current in the secondary coil of 4,200 turns is 3 times that in the primary coil, what is the minimum length of coil needed for the primary? Yes, Timothy.
37,800 meters.
That's correct. Preamble to both schools. When ammonia reacts with chlorine, the balanced equation for the reaction is 2NH3 plus 3Cl2 going to N2 plus 6HCl. Now, St. Augustine's. Calculate the number of moles of chlorine needed to react with 7 moles of ammonia for complete reaction. Yes, Solomon.
21 moles.
Try again. Yes, Felix.
10.5 moles.
10.5 moles. With the same preamble, how many moles of HCl will be formed from 5 moles of NH3 and 6 moles of Cl2? Yes, Timothy.
12 moles.
12 moles is correct. Your question. Find a 2-digit decimal number such that the sum of the digits is 7 and the tens digit is 3 more than the units digit. Yes, Solomon.
61.
Try again.
52.
For a bonus. 52 is correct. Your own question. Find a 2-digit decimal number such that the sum of the digits is 15 and the tens digit is 1 less than the units digit. Yes, Timothy.
78.
78 is correct. last pair of questions for the round anyways. And your turn. Distinguish between glottis and epiglottis. Yes, Solomon.
Glottis refers to the passage through which it's a common passage for both air and food, for air, but the epiglottis is the flap of skin which covers the glottis.
That's correct. Distinguish between chime or chyme and chyle or chyle. Yes, Timothy.
Chyme is the partly digested food that moves from the stomach into the duodenum, whereas chyle is the fluid that is contained in the lymph nodes or the lacteals.
That's correct. This brings us to the end of round 4.
As a little girl, my dream was to become a doctor. I always wanted to help the sick. Now I'm in the dental school together with others who had similar dreams. The support from the Ghana Education Trust Fund has made things a lot better. Their support has helped provide new equipment, teaching aids, improved facilities, and our student loan. We're studying hard, and we know that we can continue to count on support from Get Fund to turn our dreams into reality.
At the end of the 4th round, our scores are St. Augustine's College 62 points, Presbyterian Boys Secondary School 71 points. Now the 5th and final round. This round will come to you in 2 parts. For the first part, I will be presenting statements to schools, to which you are to respond true or false. A correctly answered statement fetches you 2 points. A wrongly answered statement will cost you 1 point from scores you have already accumulated. You may choose not to respond, in which case the statement is passed on to your opponent for the full 2 points. Are we ready to begin? Let's start on my right with Presbyterian Boys. Your statement. Thermal coefficient of linear expansion can be obtained from the coefficient of volume expansion. Yes, Sefa?
It's false.
Sefa, it's true. Cosine of pi over 2 is equal to the cosine of 3 pi over 2. For a bonus, it's true. Yes, Presbyterian Boys, it's your turn again. Both aluminium oxide and silicon oxide are amphoteric. Yes, Sefa?
It's false.
It's false. Osmosis is diffusion in which the diffusing substance is water. Yes, Solomon?
It's false.
It's true. Oxygen is not essential for glycolysis. Sefa? It's true. Latent heat of fusion can be obtained from latent heat of vaporization. Solomon?
It's false.
That's correct. The cosine of 2a is equal to 1 minus 2 sine squared a. Yes, Roland?
It's true.
It's true. Whereas in group 1, that is lithium to cesium, electropositive character increases down the group. In group 1b, that is copper to gold, electropositive character decreases down the group. Yes, Solomon?
It's true.
It's true. Benzene is more stable than cyclohexane because of the resonance energy in benzene. Roland.
It's true.
No, it's false. The lungs of a frog are connected to large air sacs in the abdomen. Solomon.
It's false.
It's false. A parallel connection of capacitors stores more charge than a series connection of the same capacitors. Yes, Timothy?
It's true.
It's true. If AB is an even integer, then both A and B are even integers. Come on.
It's false.
It's false. Either A or B is an even integer. The union of any set and the empty set is always empty. Yes, Ifa?
It's false.
It's false. Carbon-carbon bonds can be oxidized. Yes, Solomon?
It's true.
Yes, it's true. The Culex mosquito lays eggs which are glued together to form a raft. Yes, Ifa?
It's true.
It's true. The last statement for this part of the round. The volt is a unit of energy. Yes, Solomon?
It's true.
No, it's false. We've come to the second part of round 5. In this part, I'll be giving schools riddles to solve. When you're ready to solve a riddle, you will have to draw my attention by ringing your bell. St. Augustine's, your bell, please. Thank you. And your bell, Presbyterian boys. Okay. If you are able to solve the riddle on the first clue, 5 points. On the second clue, 4 points. On the third and any clue thereafter, 3 points. When you ring the bell, you must have your response ready. Okay, first riddle. I am a layer associated with an important sense organ. I am tough and fibrous. Because of my tough nature, I maintain the shape of the sense organ. I form the outermost layer. Yes, Presbyterian boys.
Qualified layer.
This means you have become observers. St. Augustine's, your riddle whenever you're ready. In the front part of the sense organ, I have been modified to form a transparent layer. Who am I? Yes, Solomon?
A sclerotic layer.
That's correct. Next riddle. I am a process useful to the food industry. Although I use a very small and light molecule, its effect is likened to adding manganese to mild steel. Triacyl glycerols formed from plant sources is my major starting material. Nickel is the traditional catalyst. Yes, Presbyterian boys.
Hydrogenation.
Of
fatty oil.
Yes, actually the process is, it's correct. The process is hydrogenation. Next riddle. For a quadratic curve, I am a stationary point. For a cone or a pyramid, I am a unique point. Yes.
Vectors.
Vertex. 4 points. Final a riddle. I am a never-changing quantity. I am very important in the relationship between light and electricity. Yes.
Frequency. Frequency.
No. You have become observers. Presbyterian boys, we continue. In that relationship, I have to work with the velocity and wavelength of the light concerned. For some reason, the 8th letter of the English alphabet happens to be my favorite. For the serious Bible students, the first part of my name sounds like, yes,
Planck's constant.
Planck's constant. This brings us to the end of round 5.
The future lies in the hands of our children. Children today, leaders tomorrow. And education holds the key. Without the proper learning environment, these children may never reach their full potential. And it should not be that way. That is where the Ghana Education Trust Fund steps in, so that these children can have access to basic facilities and enjoy the learning experience. Gradually, one by one, we are removing the barriers in the way of quality basic education. We will continue, so they too can continue. Get Fund. We invest in tomorrow's leaders.
At the end of the contest, our final scores are St. Augustine's College, 73 points, Presbyterian Boys Secondary School, 91 points. St. Augustine's College, thank you for giving us a good contest. Unfortunately, this is the point where we have to say goodbye to you. Thank you for being here. We look forward to seeing you sometime in the future. All the best in your endeavors. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School, congratulations on winning a place to our semi-finals. Continue with your preparations and we'll see you very soon. All the best. Viewers, we've had a great contest. I don't think you want to miss the next one, which is going to be the 3rd of our quarterfinals. That contest is going to be between St. Thomas Aquinas and St. Francis Xavier Junior Seminary. It's going to be another battle of the saints. We look forward to seeing you there. Until then, thank you and goodbye.
In chlorophyll, the magnesium is bonded to the rest of the molecule by covalent bonds. Jenfua. True. That is correct. That is correct. Anglican Secondary, the area under an acceleration time graph represents velocity. Prince.
False.
Oh, what's happening? That is also true. It's the same thing St. Roses also got wrong. The area under an acceleration time graph represents velocity. Velocity or acceleration is dv dt. Anyway, your last statement, St. Roses, in monoecious plants, male and female flowers are produced on the same plant. Yes, Catherine?
True.
That is correct. The set of rationals and the set of irrationals are mutually exclusive. Do you want to take that, St. Roses?
True.
And that is correct. That is correct. And so we come to the end of round 5. At the end of the contest, here are the scores. St. Roses has 66 points. Anglican Secondary has 72 points. Anglican Secondary seems to have an affinity for the score 72. They lost to Augustine's with 72 points, and now they have won against St. Roses by 72 points. Hard luck, St. Roses. You lost, but you were not disgraced. Thanks for an exciting contest. We hope to see you sometime in the future. Congratulations, Anglican Secondary. You have made it to the next stage of this year's competition. Viewers, I guess that's a classic case of the stone that the builders rejected becoming the cornerstone. This is where we end today's program. Next week, the competition enters the 1/8 final series, and we'll be having the first contest between Adisadel College and TI Ahmadiyya. See you then. Take care.